this is a topic widely misunderstood. Any worthwhile spiritual or magical path is going to involve sacrifice. But sacrifices only matter, and they're only acceptable to any deities that you're working with when they mean something to you. You cannot sacrifice that belongs to someone else and expect to accomplish anything. You also cannot sacrifice someone else and expect to get anything but pure disgust from the overwhelming majority of deities that you would come into contact with. The deities that want that kind of thing, the spirits that want that kind of thing, they are not named, they are not popular, they are not the same gods that the overwhelming majority of people are working with. So what I mean by a personally meaningful sacrifice, I mean that your character has to develop. If you, for example, enjoy art, that's not a worthwhile sacrifice. You may think because of ways you've been conditioned in this lifetime that it's not productive, I don't make money off of it, so, it's not pleasing to my family, so how could it possibly be pleasing to the gods? But that's a prime example of something where it's a passion. And if it's a passion, the gods themselves put it in you. And it may tie to your dharma, whether or not it's something that you are intended to make a career out of. That basic level of expression is so good for you that you should never think about sacrificing it. It's not a worthy sacrifice, even though it is meaningful to you. Something that might be more of a gray area is various entertainment or media. So if someone loves video games, but they have a lot of work that they need to do in their lives, they have things they want to accomplish, they have basic things that they haven't even started on. If they take that to the gods and say, I will stop playing video games if you will help me learn this new skill and enter this field, that's a worthy sacrifice. Where that wouldn't be a worthy sacrifice is if someone's gaming was tied to their dharma. People judge these things. They judge them as being completely frivolous or being detrimental to society. But games are an art form like anything else, and they can be used to influence, shape, and expand consciousness. So someone who is capable of doing that and has a draw to get into the industry or to work with and commentate on it in a way that expands the minds of their audience, for them giving that up would not be a good thing, and it wouldn't be acceptable to the gods. What you had to understand when it comes to ancient sacrifice and how it was seen then, a lot of it came down to how people themselves saw reality, how they saw the world, and how they saw themselves relative to the gods. They could not comprehend a kind of sacrifice that didn't entail a material component. And when a lot of these people are poor and their biggest concern is whether or not they grow enough crops the next year to feed their families, that's when it turns to animals and even people in order to offer something they cherish in order to ensure the survival of their family and of their tribe. The gods themselves did not necessarily want that, and it's a big part of why we're able to work with these deities today without using the same practices. The gods have to meet us where we are at any given point in terms of where human consciousness has developed and where our culture has taken us, and the mores that we have adopted and the things that we can understand. An example of this would be hounds are sacred to Hecate, but it was also many people practice sacrifice to Hecate using hounds. If they just if they just sacrificed a hound without any thought, thinking, "Oh, this is the only thing that matters," and they were not respectful toward the animal, that would be detestable to her. But if it was done in the right spirit, and if it was a cherished pet, it's not something that Hecate would revel in. But in terms of meeting people where they were, the intention and the energy was right to enable some form of benefit to the person performing the sacrifice. So, in terms of how sacrifice actually works, a lot of our ancestors did not have it right on the money, but they did the best that they were able to do in material terms, or the best they were able to comprehend according to the culture that they lived in. And the gods have worked with us and nudged us in ways so that we slowly abandoned those practices as civilization developed. And in terms of what has always been meaningful and even necessary, it is the same as it has always been. What is something that is meaningful to you, but is not necessary to your dharma or to the things that the gods would ask of you? It should stretch you. It should feel like a loss, but it should not take the joy out of life for you. And it should not strip away the tools that you need in order to fully express your soul and your purpose within this lifetime. I hope you found that video informative. If you like it, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Send it on to anybody you think would find it useful or illuminating. You can find my website and my writings and services down in the links below, as well as any socials I have. It was good talking to you, and I'm looking forward to the next video.